Hey guys, welcome back to What's It Worth podcast. This week we've decided to take on walking 10,000 steps a day, and we are going to be giving you this episode a day later than usual since we record at school and we don't have school on Monday. I don't know what holiday it is, but Lincoln's birthday. That's why. But yeah, this week we've decided to walk 10,000 steps. We kind of want to get into the research side of it all.
Yes. So when we decided on this topic, I knew that walking 10,000 steps a day should be around like your maintenance level for like keeping a healthy lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't know all of like the health benefits of it. So what I found, let me see where my section. Okay. So walking just daily increases your cardiovascular and pulmonary health, and it also reduces the risk of heart disease and stroke. And also it manages conditions like hypertension, high cholesterol, joint and muscular pain or stiffness, and diabetes. And so these are all things that like I feel like mainstream media knows that, you know, walking's gonna benefit your life same way like any exercise does. But I was actually talking to my mom yesterday, and she was like, yes, Natalia, like running's good for you, because I run daily. But she was like, yeah, running's good for you. I used to run, but walking is actually better. And I was like, oh, Mom, we're not in a competition right now. Like, come on, because she walks, and so then I know Melina walks.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, it's not a competition. But she's like, no, as you grow older, it's a lot easier on your joints, and it's a lot more what is it called, manageable, or just like sustainable. Like you can keep on doing it over like a period of time. And yeah, I just found that really interesting. Just that like long-term health, like we always know that as you grow older you get a lot more complications, and walking is a way to minimize that. And I feel like it's pretty easy for what you do on a daily basis.
Yeah, I really agree with that. I went into it as well, kind of looking at those like health aspects of it all, because I was thinking about it, and a lot of the times we do really high intensity workouts.
Yeah.
Like we like to do cycling a lot, and great. And yeah, guys, I'm talking about that again.
No advertising.
Anyways, and I noticed on my watch, I think that's part of what prompted us to do this one so early on, is I would do these like high intensity workouts, 5:45 in the morning, burn like 500 calories, and then it would be the end of the day, and I'd be sitting in bed and I'd have 6,000 steps.
Still not even reaching it.
Like barely halfway there, and it's like, how is that working out for me?
Yeah.
And I feel like especially a lot with the start of the new year, I'm on TikTok way too much, and which I applaud you for.
I deleted
not being
that.
on, I know. But a lot of people are just talking about like their personal goals and fitness journeys for this incoming year, and a big thing people do is walking, because it burns calories and it's just good for you like overall. And I think at the end of the day, like, yeah, those high intensity workouts aren't always something so sustainable, and they're not something you can do every day.
Right.
Like not every single day am I going to be waking up early to do a spin class or going on a long run or something like that, you know what I mean, or even getting in the gym. But I feel like just having that step goal that you hit every day is something that can really help. And yeah, especially as you get older, it's easier to manage. So I kind of went in and did some research as well. I saw that it can reverse heart disease, strengthen your lungs, improve concentration overall, so that's also kind of a mental side of it. And then stabilize your blood sugar, lower blood pressure. It also strengthens your bones, which lowers the risk for osteoporosis. So I feel like there are just so many benefits. It also, another medical center wrote that it's linked to less dementia and cardiovascular disease. I kind of want to look into more before next week how it's linked to dementia. And then it can also reduce the risk of 13 types of cancer. And I thought that was really interesting as well. Because last week, what we researched, veganism, that reduces risk of cancer, and then walking as well. So I feel like in general, just implementing healthier habits into your life, like it reduces risk for a lot of big conditions.
Definitely. And on top of all of the personal health benefits, I found from the BMC Geriatrics that walking in communities actually helps like the same thing. So loneliness is like an epidemic in the United States. And so I found a study that out of 171 community dwelling older adults, with the average age of 78, walking with someone was associated with lower loneliness than non-walking. And so we talk about all of these health conditions that like we know of as like dementia and cancer, but also loneliness is one of those. It's like the killer of all killers, right? Like if you're lonely, like yeah. So walking in communities, I found that really interesting. Also tying into that, I know that for a lot of, I mean, we're women, and so for us, going out on a walk alone is scary. I don't know if you've ever had an experience with that. Like I go out on runs and I don't usually stay in my community, and for that's scary. Like I carry my mace, like I carry something to protect me. But I know that if I had someone with me, that would be a lot more enjoyable. And also, I know I want to state some of the limitations of walking, because we can say that this is really good for you and it's like beneficial to your life, which it is. But also there are scary things out there. And I think that it's important to note that, you know, going out by yourself is a scary thing. And just a reason why a lot of people don't do this. I don't want to scare people, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to say that, but we also don't want to be biased in just stating all the good, because there is some bad. But from a research from Columbia University, 70% of all women that were involved in a study listed the possibility of sexual assault on a walk as their number one worry. And what was so fascinating, it was women, non-binary, and men. And like non-binary people is also like were like a minimal percentage of that, but 0 men reported that ever. So I found that really interesting. I wanted to note that. I don't want to scare anyone, but that is something that I'm going to be thinking about walking into this. Funny. But definitely, like even with Apple Watches, those, if you don't take your phone, like it's not like you don't have data, so that's scary. Take your phone with you. Like I just want to, you know, preface that with just a little bit of like a worry that I have, like a concern that I have.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. And honestly, I didn't even like think about that during my research, but then when it came to actually applying it, that was a worry that came up. And even, I mean, it's been raining the last few days, so I wasn't necessarily getting outside.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it, and the last few days doing an outside walk versus an indoor walk, because I live near a park and there's like a nice walking trail and everything. But even the other day I went to the gym, I've been more inclined to go and walk at the gym, just because walking through the park, I mean, we both live in regular neighborhoods, like we shouldn't fear, but there is fear,
right?
You know what I mean? And I was even thinking about it, I'm like, I'm not sure that me, a 17-year-old girl, wants to be walking around the park alone early in the morning or in the evening, because those would be the time of day that like I'm available to do that. So I was like, you know what, I'd rather just get in my car and drive to the gym, where at least I feel a little bit safer, because that is definitely a worry. And I think also you being prepared, that honestly kind of like inspires me too, because I like walking outside better. I'd like to drive down and do a walk by the beach one day, or walk through the park by my house, but I don't know, I'm just haven't been prepared for that.
Yeah, and it's like, it's a different thing, because I've definitely experienced some stuff, like if I go out on a run, like I know what can happen, I know like the severity of it, I hear things on the news, which is terrifying, but that's a big concern for me. I know that if you go to the gym though, that does become a part of your day. So we talk about how easy walking is, how sustainable it is, and a part of why we say that is because you don't need to pay to go on a walk. Like you just leave your house, right? But that's the thing, is like that's a limitation, is if you're scared, then you have to go to the gym, you have to walk, and now you're paying money for that
Exactly,
service.
You're paying for that gym membership, you're using your gas to go to the gym, like it turns into, I feel like walking, like I can go out my house and go for a walk, but the gym, that becomes a whole activity and part of my day. Yeah, I really love that too.
Also, something that I wanted to note was the U.S., we don't have many walkable cities unless you're in an urban area. So what a walkable city is just like everything is kind of close, like clustered, so getting from point A to point B is fairly easy. And so a lot of people who live in walkable cities are getting a lot more steps, and part of why life expectancy is so high in different places. So I went to Europe during November, I know I mentioned this in the last podcast, but every city I went to was walkable. Like it was really weird. Like we were in Florence in Italy, and we had to go from the train station to where we were staying, and if like imagine that. We're in LA County.
Yeah.
And imagine just being like, oh yeah, like I have to go take the train, like, and I'm gonna walk to it. With all my luggage, all my everything, like that's just so like not feasible for us. Because like even walking from my house to school is like, oh, I dread that. I like my catalytic converter got stolen on my car in like October or something, and I had to walk to school, and I was like, this is the end of me. And it's not even that far. It's like 18 minutes, like 17 minutes. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I'm gonna die. But these walkable cities, a lot of people are getting their steps, and that's why like they have a healthier lifestyle. And also, this is important to note, good for your health, and then we also like touched on that it's good for like social well-being. It's good for the environment.
Yeah.
These walkable cities are reducing carbon emissions, and so I found by the Journal by Congress for the New Urbanism Organization that on a single car-free day in Paris in 2015, so they did no cars, it cut smog by 40% in parts of the city.
Wow.
Could you imagine just one day?
Yeah, where everyone just walks.
Where everyone just walks.
Yeah.
And so I found that so fascinating. What else did I find? So walkable environment reduces greenhouse gas emissions by 4 tons a year.
Wow.
And I was like, wow. So that's another really good thing that walking can do for not only us, but our environment as well.
Yeah, I think that can be a really big motivator for people too, because at the end of the day, sometimes we don't always have the motivation to do things just for ourselves. A lot of times we want to, but it's hard to find that motivation. But I think putting in that outside idea really helps as well. And yeah, when you mentioned Europe, I thought about it too. When I was there, I would go on like 7-hour tours, walking tours of cities. I'm like, if you told someone that they were going to do a 7-hour walking tour of LA, no, absolutely no one would do that. But if you think about it, imagine if everyone who lives within a 10-minute walk from our school just decided instead of driving to walk to school.
Yeah.
Like even just that could help so much. So I feel like that research is definitely important too, and I feel like maybe that could be even a project that people put together and organize in the future. It's just getting people to walk places more, because there's so many times I could even be walking to the gym.
Right.
Like the gym is literally like maybe a 10-minute walk from my house.
Yeah.
And a 2-minute drive. I feel like if it's under a 10-minute drive, like there are times where you can walk.
Yeah, and I'm totally admitting when like we didn't have the car, I was really dreading it. Like going to school was really hard for me. It was like, come on. And I'd like text my friends the morning of and be like, hey, can you take me to school? Like anything to get out of it. Yeah. But like being in Europe where that's literally the norm, it's like no one's complaining about that.
To.
You definitely want to. And it's the infrastructure there that's like allowing for you to do so. When we were in Florence carrying all that luggage, I was like, I can't believe I'm doing this. But then it's like, you're there. And it's like, oh, that was nothing. And that is the norm. And that's how people live. Like getting from transportation, like, and they take trains, not even to like mention, it's like, it's not even a car. Everyone's all here, and it's like, that completely reduces all of the emissions. So I think, yes, we want to make a difference on a small scale, but you have to look at it on a bigger scale. Like also our infrastructure doesn't let us do that. But I definitely think that on like an individual level, there are things you can do. And walking's good for you. Walking's good for you. We just said it.
Exactly. So I feel like honestly, even with that, I was thinking about it too. Setting that personal goal for yourself, I feel like it's just something that can help people in general, because it's easy to think of like larger scale goals, just in life in general, and just kind of set these ideas for yourself that seem so far out of reach. But I feel like even with this, and I'm even kind of talking for myself here, it's just like setting this goal every day and hitting it almost proves that you can do those bigger things. And so I feel like just having something small like this to do every day will be something I end up carrying out, and that's just what I'm saying before I mean the end of the week. Because it is a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, it is. You're getting out and you're going out into nature, which I think is really important, especially in like a modern society. We're always like on our phones or just like not interacting, and so to really be connected with your outside world is going to be really important. I'm excited to do this. I'm gonna check what I get normally on an average.
My phone's over there. Wait, let's see if I can check on my watch.
Yeah, wait, you can check on your watch, because this is crazy. On a yearly level, like,
I don't know if I can check everything on my watch. I know I can check today.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I can see my.
What did you get
Oh.
today? Just tell us what for today.
Today so far. You want to go first? Hold on.
Okay, on a year daily average from March of 2023 to March of 2024. Wait, I don't know why it's March because we're not. Okay, well, whatever. We're close enough. 5,000 steps a day.
Mine's probably around that. Today I'm at 7,731, but that's because I made it a point to go out this morning.
But
Because,
you did.
Yeah, because I had a late day. So
Oh.
yeah, I came to school later.
That's really humbling because I've only walked 3,837 steps.
No, I made it a point, and also I parked a little further, and I have work today. And I get off at like 7:45,
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
then the gym I go to closes at 9, so I know that there's like I have to get it in. So trust me, I'm pumping my arms like. We're getting
I'm going to tennis after that. This is my
You're going to
season.
tennis.
I'm going.
I'm pumped. I wanted to go, but I can't.
Yeah, I'm going to tennis after this, and I don't have work tonight. Switch my days to Thursdays, which means I will be walking. I will be running later on tonight. So.
Yeah. Perfect. I mean, you'll hit it. You'll get there.
Well, definitely it is like a part of the challenge.
Yeah, we have to. Anyways, my phone's over there, so I can't look at it. I don't think there's a way for me to see it on my laptop or my watch, but I'll definitely pull it up. I'll take like screenshots for when we follow up.
Humble her.
Yeah. No, it's gonna be like you walk 2,000 steps a day.
So bad. It's so
I
bad.
don't even want to see it yet. Anyways.
This has been really real.
Yeah,
like-
this is really real with our microphones and everything. Anyways. Sorry.
Okay.
Well, we will see you next week with our little follow-up.
Yes.
We'll report on how it went and if we think that walking 10,000 steps a day is worth it. Yeah. All right.
Bye,
Bye,
guys. We'll see you
guys.
on Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesday. It's going to be a day later next week.
Yes.
So.
Okay. Bye.